All right. Nobody's watching, so that's probably great. All right, just posting this stuff on Quotev, so if anybody wants to see whatever I'm doing here, they can, but I doubt it, because I'm not an entertaining person. I have to find the actual Quotev group. There we go. Nope, that's not it. Oh my goodness, I can't find it. Well, anyway. Yeah, the first minute or so of this is going to be completely unimportant. So you can skip forward if you can. Because I know nobody's watching this right now, so nobody cares. Because oh my goodness, I didn't know if it was this pretentious to find groups on here, which is actually surprisingly one of the topics that actually the main topic that I'll be talking about today is how stupid Quotev is right now. And I wanted to say I really do enjoy Quotev. It's I wouldn't be putting this much effort to getting something back on a website I enjoy if I didn't enjoy the website at all. It just shows how much the Quotev community really is quite dedicated. I don't really know any other community that is as dedicated. You could say Tumblr, but I wouldn't. Tumblr is I'm not going to say anything bad about Tumblr because God knows I'm going to have a bunch of people at my ass for it. Where's that one person? There he is. I can't even. See, this is the thing. And I'm going to do my whole intro in a little bit, just to, as for describing what I'm talking about today, because I wanted to do live stream for a long time about what this is, and oh, there it is. Here, now I'm posting it on the groups. About the CAS, about the groups. And sign the petition. And after that strenuous look for my group, my own group, by the way, it's time to start. Now, it's probably not going to be a long live stream because I'm not really good at talking all by myself. Usually I have my best friend here, but she's not here, and with this topic, it's sort of my thing. She doesn't really RP a lot. I've taught her how to RP, and I know she'll be so into it when she just gets into it, but it's been 4 years we've yeah, 4 years we've known each other, and I taught her probably 3 years ago. She still hasn't RP'd. So if any of you want to RP with her, honestly, just spam her account. She's under Dilmish, she's Castiel's Grace, or just follow her, because she is very lonely on Quotev and just posts random shit on the feed, and like she only has like 50 followers or something like that. It's really sad. But anyway, it's not going to be a long live stream because I want to go for a shower, and I just want to inform people about the awareness towards the problems on Quotev that I've been trying to help with for since 2015. I feel like I just wanted to say it out loud finally, you know. Yeah, there's someone who replied. Oops. All right, so actually, let's link. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let me just finish up with this then. Okay. So, as I was saying, this is just a live stream to really talk about the problems on Quotev. It's basically a whole rant that I wanted to go on and just explain a little more about this. I mean, we've already had, there's almost 2,000. I haven't actually checked last time. Let's go on the group. I think oh yay, we're over 2,000 supporters. I didn't realize that. I've been on vacation for a week, so I guess in that time we made it over to 2,000 supporters, which is awesome. But I wanted to really explain more about this topic and what you guys are actually signing up for. I want to make sure everybody's on track with the same thing. I just want to bring awareness and some of my solutions to the problems that are on Quotev. Because let's admit it, there's a lot of fucking problems on Quotev. And I want to say this, just to be clear, it's nothing necessarily against Quotev. This website is literally my life, and I wouldn't dedicate this much time and effort to a website that I didn't care about. I want to make Quotev the best possible website it can be for all of us, because we are such a close community, and it's awesome how Quotev is still so small but so big. It's not like Facebook or something like that where there's like millions of people on it. It's not like Tumblr where there's millions of people on it. It's us. And because we are such a small community, we are able to have these big, petitions. However, problem is there is nobody to talk to about our ideas. I feel like over the years we've been completely ignored, which shouldn't be a thing because we are the demographic that Quotev is trying to lure in. We're telling them, we're speaking to them what we want, and they're not listening. So this is about making them listen, because I'm sick and tired of posting on the feed every so often, oh, I'm really disappointed in this update because, or whatever, I really want the groups back. Sending those useless emails to Quotev that they never replied to. I doubt they even look at them. The only time, I swear to God, that any admin on Quotev is ever on Quotev is just to ban people for the stupidest of reasons too, mind you. Like, I don't even know why I was banned once, but I had my profile suspended for a couple of days. Actually, it was 6 days, something like that. Longest 6 days of my life. I had to go on my other account, which I never use. But anyway, I guess I should introduce myself. My name is McKenna. You can call me Blackbird because that's what I go by on all my accounts anyway. Unless you want to call me McKenna, that's fine. Today, I just wanted to talk about problems of Quotev. So let's start with the fact that in 2015, Quotev was struck with the horrible tragedy where the groups page was removed. And if you are too young on Quotev to remember the groups page, I feel sorry for you. And then also what it was an amazing page where it was dedicated to groups. They had the popular groups and then the recent groups that were just created. So every group that was just created kept coming up. So it gave everybody an equal chance to show their groups. However, for whatever reason, Quotev decided to get rid of it. And I remember having like a panic attack the day I went on Quotev, and I thought groups were taken away permanently, and I was going to flip my lid. So I decided to create a petition on change.org, which probably everybody on here has signed. If you didn't, then there's probably a link in my bio on my account on Quotev, which is under, what am I? Dean's Apple Pie. I'm Blackbird. You can support the petition just by clicking, join. So I decided to start that up, and I think I took a small break, probably at about 500 followers or something, because I just felt so disappointed because I tried to reach out to Quotev. I did everything I could at the time, and nothing was working, and I sort of gave up. However, recently, a couple months ago, they got rid of the group search, which was horrible. I mean, it only showed a few popular groups, and some of the groups that were showed aren't even active anymore by the members. It was a mess, but it was the only way for us to find groups, and at least that was something, right? Unfortunately, they got rid of that, and now we have nothing. Even on the page, like when you go up to your profile, they used to have a groups page on the profile that let you see all of the groups other people had created if they allowed it to be featured on their profile. Well, that's not a thing anymore. So you can see your own groups that you created and the groups that you've joined, but nobody else can. So I used to honestly go through profiles, seeing what groups people have joined and joining those groups. That's how I did my thing, but apparently, can't do that anymore. They were giving us no options to role play, and it's so hard. People are saying role playing is dying, and I guess it could be true, but at the same time, as I said before, we're strong people, and I don't see role playing as completely dying yet because there's those amazing people who are smart enough to create the group directories and group advertisement topics, and that's probably the only thing keeping Quotev alive right now. I don't know if Quotev wants to get rid of the groups. It certainly looks like it. I feel like they want to just make Quotev back to what it was originally supposed to be, which was a group for writing and making quizzes and stuff like that. And it frustrates me to no end. I don't know if you can see I just get so frustrated for the topic because I keep repeating these points over and over again, and I'm just yelling at a wall at this point. And I mean, that's probably why I made the live stream today, because at least I can talk to someone on here. I can rant my points. It's just, yeah. And where was I saying? Yeah, Quotev definitely has tried to get rid of groups, forcing people back into the writing and everything. If you just joined, if you had no idea what Quotev was, you joined, you wouldn't be able to find any groups. You had no idea where the groups were or anything like that. Even when I first joined, it was like that too, where I couldn't really find the groups. But yeah, it's completely hidden. I don't think Quotev or role-playing is dead. I don't think it's going to be dead unless Quotev continues to go down the path that it has been showing for the past years, ever since 2015. And that's why it's important that we don't give up on this search to try to get back the groups. We need to show that we have a voice, and they can't just walk all over us. Quotev honestly needs a new admin. They need to listen to us because we are the people that knows this website the best. We're the ones that dedicate each day of our lives. Honestly, there's not a day that goes by that I don't go on Quotev. And I'm sure the same is, or it's the same with the rest of you as well, where you don't. They just need to listen to us. And it's hard because needs to get on the news. I agree, honestly. That's why, I want to raise more awareness towards this topic. Nobody really cares. Nobody else who isn't on Quotev, they probably won't care about this topic. But, aside from all of the role-playing, what it really is about, it's about a small demographic of people being, I don't know what the word is, being walked on by a higher organization. You see that in society all the time. It's just a small thing that we can do to try to just have one point for the small people, us that don't have a voice in society. We can try all we want, but let's be honest, it's hard. And that's why I'm trying so hard now, because I recently I turned 18, and in Ontario, which is where I live, we had our recent some voting shit, whatever it was. And my dad, he's really into politics, and he made me really get into it as well. And ever since then, I took an even bigger step in this case, because maybe I can't do stuff about the racism going on in the world and the homophobia and the immigrant thing. Stupid Trump, but I'm not getting into that. The smallest thing I can do right now is with Quotev, and it makes me so happy to see already 2,000 people are supporting this as well. And there's people who commented. Ooh. Yeah, I agree with that random girl right there. She, Quotev is the only good site with a good role-playing setup. And it's totally true. And that's the other thing is, I've been trying to look for another role-playing site just in case Q goes down on all groups and everything and just destroys that site. I'm like, well, at least we have this backup to go to. What's the backup? Tumblr? I don't know how to roleplay on Tumblr. I don't know how to work Tumblr. I couldn't be bothered. Wattpad doesn't have one. They do have one, but it's weird. Any other role-playing site, it's just, the setup is weird, and I guess eventually you can get used to it, but Quotev just has this amazing style going on, and I love it so much. And I wish that I could create a website. I was smart enough to create a website that has basically the exact same format as Quotev for, role-playing, Oh, what else do people say? And, okay, this comment, to be honest, a lot of people on Quotev nowadays are just jaded tweens or teens who don't care what people who've been there longer think, which I completely actually disagree with. I understand why you think that, but because I've been on Quotev since 2013, which I think another person on here has been as well since 2013, we follow a bunch of people of our time as well. So there's still a lot of older people on there too. So I actually at this point think that the older population and the younger population is actually very split evenly down the middle, just depending on who you follow. For me, I follow a lot of older people because of me being older, and I barely follow people as it is. I have to have a reason to follow people. I don't just go on following sprees and follow random people. However, it's important then, if there is a bunch of tweens and teens who don't know about this topic or don't care or anything, it's important to show them that they should care. This doesn't just affect us, the people who roleplay. Even if they don't roleplay, this still could be affecting them, because most of the people on Quotev, they roleplay. If they can't roleplay anymore, they don't know how to, more people, and it's shown through traffic history through their website, more people are leaving Quotev. More people leave Quotev, Quotev's just going to close. And that's going to be horrible for all of us. I can't imagine that day I log on to the computer and Quotev is shut down permanently. Tumblr has a really weird setup, I'm just gonna say. And I remember trying to make a website, and it was so cute. I was so innocent and dumb, because I tried to make a website like Quotev. Didn't really work out well. I kind of got basically an hour in, and it was just a bunch of jumbled mess. And even that, it was one of those like Weebly websites where like you have your username and then like your domain name, but it's not actually a domain name because it has that like stupid /weebly.com, and it's the worst thing. I'm pretty sure it's still up too. I should take that down before anybody finds it. And yeah, so if anybody wants to create a website, you can try all you want, but as somebody down there in the comments said, it's hard to do and it's not free. And let's be honest, most of us were either in university trying to cover costs of university, or you don't have part-time jobs or stuff like that. Nobody has money. I mean, if you had money, why are you spending it on a stupid website? I mean, go buy a car, for God's sakes, or something like that, right? Anyway, so yeah, that's the number one problem on Quotev that we have today, is just trying to show the community or show the admin that we matter. And I tried different ways of going about this, and I'm still trying different ways. I know that I don't post a lot on the Quotev Speakeasy group that I created, nor do I really post much on change.org unless there's a big improvement in followers and supporters of that website or whatever. But I do try. With a couple other people, we all were able to find the IP address to where Quotev is, which is in the middle of a street in, where was it again? California? I think California, something like that. It was weird, but it's right in the middle of a street between like a lawyer's office and like a daycare or something like that. It was weird. Another thing is, somebody also said that they tracked another IP address or something like that, and they found it being a Amazon warehouse or something like that. I don't know. I had no idea where Quotev is, but if I knew the exact location of where Quotev was to send a fucking handwritten piece of paper letter to Quotev describing everything that I think is wrong about that website that we should change, I will. If somebody can get me that information and have it be completely and utterly accurate, I will do that. No problem. I have no problem doing that. However, as we stated before, nobody knows where they are, which actually is really scary to think about it. We don't know who the admin of this website is. We don't know where they are. We heard nothing from them. I mean, if I, wasn't dense, I'd probably be really worried for myself. However, I've been on this website since 2013, nothing happened, so I'm just going to go with that and, turn a blind eye. They are creepy, honestly. I wish, see, and this is the thing, is I need people to help me who know things about tracking people online. I don't even know if that's legal. I just I just so exhausted. I'm trying so hard, guys. And I know you guys probably are too. I've talked with several people who have tried to help me with this, tracking them down or anything. And, you know, I don't know. But yeah, I totally agree with you guys. We should make a news story and send it off to the news. However, somehow I don't think it'll get in over the mass of comments Trump says and the mass killings and gun rage and school shootings. We're just I just don't matter, right? But I wish we could do something. And I say wish, wish, wish. I keep saying wish, but I don't know how to change that to anything more. Yeah, we should hire a private detective for sure. If you know anybody, call them up. I don't. It's another reason why I did this live stream today is just I'm really exhausted and I've had troubles with Quotev recently as well. And I just needed to let all this information all out. Small news group could. I don't know any. I have to look into it a bit more, see what they say. Yeah, that's why I'm posting this on YouTube. If anybody looks at it, then maybe they'll do something. Maybe you'll. No, this is probably boring to anybody else. But I'm going to see what I can do. I'll probably look into that small news group, like you've said. See what they say about it. Honestly, any publicity we can possibly get about this. I think it's important not to focus, if we're going to contact the news group, not to focus on the fact of role playing because we all want role playing back. That should be a part, but just focus on the fact that we are being ignored from what we believe should be on this website. But it's not just that, but they're so silent. They don't comment or contact anybody. We hear nothing from them through any updates. You contact them for help, even just about something really simple, they won't get back to you. They're just ghosts, and it's really creepy. And that's another big problem with Quotev. And another problem, moving on to the second topic, second problem here is that they don't speak to us. The essence of an important or a prosperous website is communication from head offices to the smaller people down there, right? You know, and being that they ignore everything that we say, no matter I doubt they really care about this site. This is just my opinion, but I mean, do they? How do we know? Maybe I'm completely wrong there, and they're dedicated to the site. But if they were dedicated, they would talk to us about this. You see, Facebook, they get back to you. Okay, they sometimes get back to you with responses, even freaking automated response messages, whatever. I get spammed, and this is why I don't use Hotmail, but in my Hotmail, I get spammed with like so much news from Facebook. But at least I know that they're contacting me in a way. They're telling me that so and so wants to be my new friend on Facebook. Do we get that on Quotev? No. When there's an update, do we get notification ahead of time? You see on Wattpad, they tell you ahead of time when there's an update where the website's going to go down. For Quotev, you log on and you have a panic attack because you don't know if Quotev's shut down, if you're deleted, or if it's just going through another update. And then the updates are horrible and everybody panics and curses on the feed for the next 2 hours. It's yeah, from what you said down there, that Quotev seems to be reforming itself. I completely agree with that, because from when I joined, it looks completely different. The layout of it, probably the only same thing is the feed. Because even the icon was changed. The name was changed, but that was before me. That was Quizaz. It's just, I wish they would. I would be more accepting of their decisions if I knew the reason behind their decisions. I may not understand, or whatever their decision was to get rid of the group's page and the group search. I will never agree with that. But I will be more accepting, and I will, tone down my whole petition thing if they just gave me an answer, a reason behind what their, beliefs are. Is that unreasonable? Am I being unreasonable? I don't think so. I mean, what's the only, there's Hello Human. You guys remember that? How many years ago was that? 2016? 16? Yeah, something like that. On the feed, if you weren't there at the time, there was like, in the feed button bar there, it said hello or Hello Human, like HILOHUEMAN or something like that. I don't know why it was there and then it left. But then there's also another time, very close to the Hello Human thing, where I went into the help little section of Quotev, and there was actually a message from the admin that was saying apparently a bunch of people were raising a fuss thinking that Quotev was going to deactivate because of all the what's it called, updates that they've been doing. Around that time, there's a lot of them, and you know how Quotev shuts down. So people were starting to think that Quotev was ending, and there was like this big fuss. It was basically like, apocalypse on Quotev, where like it was insane. But I went on the help button, not for that reason, but I found a little note from the admin at the bottom saying, calm down. Basically, they were saying that Quotev will not, like their exact words, not exact words, but basically their exact words being, Quotev will not shut down for a long time. It is here to stay. We are just making more room for the for more people who want to join Quotev, because at that time apparently there's a lot of people who were joining the website. So they were making more room for more accounts, which was why they were doing all those updates and stuff like that. They were telling people to calm down. Well, that's great. That's the reason that I'm keeping at it, because they've done that before. One time in basically the history of ever, from what I remember, they let us know what's going on. And after that, I'm stopped freaking about the updates. I worry about the updates as much as I did back then. But that's what we need. Why don't they continue doing that? I look all the time in the help section for any comment, even the sidebar on Quotev, where like you mouse over it and there's all your stuff at the bottom of there. I think a couple times there were similar, like I think so, that there was similar messages before. Nothing recently, of course. But yeah, so many people were causing a fuss that they spoke out, and that's what I want now. If nothing else, I just want a response. That's what I'm looking out for, right? In the moment I figure out anything, I will let you guys know. I will be up on the roof dancing, I swear to God, if they just give me anything. How do you find help areas? It's still there. It's you scroll over the section on Quotev, and at the scrolling thing at the side that gives you profile and whatever else, at the very bottom there's like a help button. You go there, and it has a bunch of like frequently asked questions, and then there's also a section where you can write to Quotev, where you can give a personal message as to what your problem is. Thing is, all it says is write to Quotev, and then you write your stuff, and then you hit send. there's no email that you see that it goes to. There's no you don't put in your own email. You don't put in anything yourself. You don't, say it's a box, basically like the replying box, and just you write your stuff. I feel like it reminds me of like you write your stuff away, like you write a letter of the complaint, goes to like the people who you're complaining about, and they just crumple it up, throw it out. Who cares? I I've wrote to them so many times, and for a while, every Friday, I would send this big ass long letter of complaint. I send it to you guys too in the groups, and in the group, the Quotev Speakeasy, and on the petition, saying about what we believe and what we think should be changed and how it, all that sort of stuff. Send it to them every Friday for weeks and weeks and months, and still have nothing back. So I wish I could come on and tell you guys good news. I wish I could end this in any good news, but I just can't. Yeah, problem on profiles. Yeah. With banning profiles, that's a huge problem. I think more, like, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but more so in the past years, there's a lot of problems on Quotev about people who were randomly banned for no reason. And yeah, that was a huge problem. I think that they were trying maybe to clean out Quotev of inactive users, maybe, and I had no idea what was going on. I'm going to be honest, but that was a huge problem, and they got so many complaints about that. Do you think that they did anything? Well, maybe they did, but how are we to know? They didn't tell us anything, and it goes back to the communication problem. And number 2 there, we need communication. And yeah, hackers or trolls. I actually haven't met any hackers on Quotev. I don't know what you mean by hackers exactly. As for troll, I mean, you can report somebody. I really see, that's something that's interesting. Do they actually care about you reporting someone? Do people actually get um, reported and they listen to that report? The only reason why I think that they may is legal issues. If there's somebody who is being reported for some big ass reason, I understand them looking into that because it's their website. That's probably the only thing. You've seen drama recently with someone who threatened people because they won't RP with them, and they have reported so many times they're still around. That's just a douche. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at that. Yeah, I honestly understand that problem though, because a while ago, and mind you, I have like really bad depression and anxiety, but a while ago where I was in like this like really horrible mental stage in my life, I was trying to RP with someone, and at that time, basically nobody was on for like I don't know if anybody else gets that, but like, do you have those like days or sometimes like even weeks where just nobody on Quotev is on, the feed is dead, nobody's replying to RPs, and you're like, what happened? Did everybody die all of a sudden? Anyway, it was one of those days. Actually, it's a week, I think, a week or so, a couple days for me, where just nobody was on. I was so bored. I was just dying, and finally somebody. I roleplay Supernatural constantly, so finally somebody had gone into a group, and we were ready to roleplay. She picked a topic, like a storyline. We made our characters. It's all good, and she wouldn't respond, and or no, she started because I always ask for people to start in an RP. So they did. And then I responded back. And then it's just nothing. And it just gets so frustrating because that happens a lot. And you don't know if it's you, because, I mean, not meaning to brag, but I'm pretty good a role player. I've been doing it for a couple of years. Hair flip, pretty good. Or I had this one person where they, I went onto their group and same thing, went through all their rules, accepted that. I put so much effort into my, form because, I'm very detailed person. I really like description, so I made sure my form was awesome, ready to go, started the RP. I even did the starter that time. I never do starters. And they banned me from the group. But I didn't know what I did because I followed all the rules. My reply, it was, paragraphs long. It had, interesting, at least I thought interesting information, good thing to start it out with. I even said, sorry if it's a crappy starter, that sort of thing where you're just not too sure about your starter, but you think it's good. Still did that. She didn't even give me a chance. And it happened twice to me where that happened. And I didn't know where I went wrong. And I really did want to know if I'm doing something wrong, I went against the rule or something that you don't like in the way that I RP, I want to know. So I can change it in the future, or I can just understand that we have separate RPing styles and, that's how it goes. So I PM'd her asking, what's going on. And she never gave me a reason why she reported me. I'm like, I understand if, I did something wrong. Like, I don't think so, but I want to know the reason that you banned me from the group. Like, there has to be a reason. It just can't be because you wanted to. Like, just give me a reason. And she just never did. I remember flipping my lid on her though. And yeah, I blocked her and she blocked me because I was just, as I said, very fragile time in my life and I just lost it that time. But people, I don't even know how I got on the drama. Lots of drama. There is so much drama on Quotev. It's so funny sometimes. The person also made some poll asking if they should die just to advertise an idea. They really don't plan to do anything. I hate those people. That happened to me when I messaged them. They blocked me. See, that's the thing. Yeah, that random girl down there. I don't get it. Maybe it was the same person. That person is a douche, honestly. But as much as I love role playing, there's always those sour people, and I'll probably do another live stream at some point. Just ranting about everything I like, my top pet peeves with RPing, because that is something that surely needs to be talked about. Excuse me. Who even went to this? Like the person who blocked me or blocked her? Yeah, I don't remember either. Yeah. I don't remember the person. I remember being so pissed. Ugh. Funny times. What was I? Oh yeah, drama. There's a lot of drama on Quotev, and I understand why a lot of people left Quotev because of drama. As for me, I try not to get myself into it, and I'm pretty much an introvert, despite how I'm hosting a live stream for 44 minutes. Trust me, I'm still an introvert. I don't really talk to many people on Quotev. I post on the feed, and I have a few friends, but it's not like I have a big clan of people. But yeah, there was those advertising groups. If any of you guys are in it, there's many advertising groups for RPs, and I'm probably basically about in all of them. And there's always people who just start up drama for no reason. I don't even know why. what happened recently, there was a guy or something, and a guy or a girl, and they posted a RP to 13 Reasons Why, and another person commented afterwards saying like how oh, that's disgusting, I don't even know why 13 Reasons Why existed, which I mean, I don't watch this show, and you know how you can have your own opinions and everything, that's fine, but why are you posting on an advertisement group, which we're not supposed to discuss things amongst each other, it's just for advertising, commenting underneath the person who posted that thing. I just, oh, they got so much hate, and I don't even, it just boggles the mind. Like, they were asking for drama at that most recent dramas on, oh, lots of other stuff. And then, you know, just people complaining about people not joining their, you can find a way to edit that RP. If people aren't joining, there has to be something not appealing about that RP. Even if it is to you, it isn't to other people. You can't blame other people for not joining a group if they don't want to join it. Why are they joining a group that they don't want to join? You have to advertisement and really sell this thing. It's like business school here, dudes. You have to sell your group. You have to if it's not working with you, then you need to figure out a way to make it more appealing, edit the plot, add something in, you know? Just, yeah. I don't like people who complain about, you know, not nobody joining their groups, because I think that's just more your fault than anybody else's. People aren't going, role playing is just, it's a hobby. Nobody's going to join a group they don't want to RP in. There's no point in that. So you need to either find other people who would be interested in that, or, oh look, that's the phone. I hate people. And yeah, what's other drama on Quotev? I want to talk about drama on Quotev now. It's so interesting. High school role plays, that's always been popular. There's like those this is actually going to admit it was probably one of my first groups that I joined. It was a high school role play, and actually it was a group RP, which I never do group RPs, but it was the beginning of my role playing career, and it probably went on for months, and it was weird. It got weird. It was a high school RP. Oh, and I get it. Oh, it was okay, just to remind you guys, it was crappy. It was really crappy. This is like one of my first RP groups that I did. It was crappy. And oh, what happened at the beginning? So it was me, another person, and then another person. It was the three of us, and the one person played the two guy love interests for myself, and then the other person. And there's a mall that exploded at the beginning. There was a break-in, like a burglary break-in thing. There was people got kidnapped, and then we had to like go on spying mission, like Charlie's Angels, because at that time I was really into Charlie's Angels. And I haven't thought about that in forever. I love that RP so much, but then it died, and the person deleted the group, and I felt sad for a while. What's my Quotev account called? So my personal one, as in like McKenna Blackbird, I'm under Dean's Apple Pie. And then my friend and I, who we have this account together, we're MG Winchester, and that's also our Quotev. We have a separate Quotev account under MG Winchester. That's the thing there. Yeah, I RP if you wanted to RP with me. I do like doing like really descriptive RPs though, like really descriptive. I like having all the formatted layouts and everything like that. I just like putting a lot of effort in my RPs, and Yeah, so if you're into that sort of stuff, I RP a lot of fandoms, mainly Supernatural and the Mortal Instruments, Infernal Devices, the 70s show. I've been RPing that a lot lately. Um, it sometimes I do original. But like, you know, those original RP groups where they have just the most basic I think storylines should be dynamic and different and original if it's an original RP, but then you have those original RPs which are nerd X bad boy or teacher X student, and that's basically it. I don't do those. As somebody said up there, those are sort of RP bait. And that's totally true. Where it just brings people in just because it has that taboo romance sort of stuff. Like you can't just have a full on romance RP, which every single one of my RPs have romance in it. That's inevitable. But you can't just have romance. You have to have another sort of plot. Just like in any story, I don't read romance stories because there's really no other plot to that, right? If you're really bad at being descriptive, honestly, I it I learned by myself on how to be the role player I am. I was introduced to Quotev by one person, and then another person joined and told me how to role play. However, they are role played scripts. Script role plays about no script group role plays about wolves, and those are three things I would never RP in my life. Yeah, and I learned from trial and error over my time. I saw how other people role played, and I looked to them and saw, made adjustments and everything I saw and looked off of people and whatever. I've actually made a book about how to role play on one of my accounts. I'll probably add another just to specify descriptive role play because there's a lot of small details that you just always have to add with descriptive role playing. I might even do a live stream about descriptive role playing and how we should um uh you know do it if you want to do a descriptive role play. Like every single layout matters. It has to be always aesthetically pleasing. I love aesthetically pleasing stuff. It's just so nice to see to the eye. I'm just so used to it by now. And okay, that's another thing is she said, I hate the smut in QRP. Some groups require you to do it. I'm one of those groups that require you to do it. Hey, I think it brings more realism to RP, and I totally understand if you don't feel comfortable doing those sort of stuff because it's an uncomfortable topic. However, it's just I enjoy it. It's something to work up to. It's always that climax to a romance. It gives flair to an RP and interest, and it makes it more realistic. You don't just fade to black, you know. I prefer doing it, and it really bugs me when it's just ignored because I know that I like to be open in my RPs. I like the freedom of doing whatever I want. Well, not whatever I want, but whatever, I can imagine in an RP, and having smut be taken back, that's something that I can't explore and develop and all that sort of stuff. However, I understand if you don't want to do it. I understand when people skip it. As I said, it's a taboo subject. And if you don't want to do it, then that's fine. Don't do it. You can still do a nice descriptive RP if you wanted to without smut. And a lot of groups, they give you the option to. And, you can figure out over time if you even just explore it just a little to see what it really is about. But I mean, you don't have to do it. I like doing it because I'm a teenage girl with no life. Yeah. 18 years old, never kissed a boy. If any of you know that Tragically Hip song is. Anyway, I'm going to cut it for now. It's almost been an hour. I'll probably do more live streams later. I'll do more about pet peeves on Quotev, and I guess about how to be a descriptive role player and what I enjoy in an RP. I'll probably do that whenever I'm not working. I'm always working. I work so much. I work at a pet store, and I just have so many hours lately. But yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you guys for checking this out, and hopefully it explains some more stuff about my opinions on Quotev and what we stand for in the Quotev Speakeasy group and on the petition. And hopefully you can spread this news, because the number one thing we need to do is spread this. Show awareness. No matter where you are, you just always have to